Good Sunday morning, or Sunday afternoon, actually. Good Sunday afternoon, everybody. This is your boy James, and you're watching my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews, where I'm here to give you my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. Thank you to Chloe it and Labrina. It is not going to happen this video, but that's okay. We will live to fight another day. Joining me on location, because she gone, y'all, but that's okay. She still show up for her bestie, and I love her for it. Mrs. Best is here. Say what's up to the people.
Hello. I am just in my car. I'm not driving, but I'm in my car. My husband is driving. But like, share, and subscribe to the video.
Yes, the level of commitment that she has is absolutely amazing. Come hell or high water, she gonna show up for your boy, and that's why I love her so much. So, y'all, we got to talk about Heart and Hustle Houston. Y'all, this episode was a lot, and I'm about to go off because I need them to have a reunion. I'm sorry. I need. I don't know who does this show. Whatever director wrote. I know you watch me. Whoever your producer is, I need you to send a very long email saying that the people need a reunion. Or if you already did that, good looking out because I need a reunion. I don't care if y'all got to combine the first two seasons and do one off the wall or on Skype or on how we doing this here on YouTube. I need a reunion because a lot go on in filming that in real time that I'm looking at that I'm like, oh no, this needs to be explained. And I'll give y'all examples of that when we get further in the video. But first, I'm going to say hello to my girl, Dr. Jim Bunny. She is here with us live. Thank you for being here. That's my good girlfriend, y'all. Y'all go ahead and say what's up to her as well. I appreciate her. She's been one of my day ones from when I first started my YouTube channel 3 years ago. So I appreciate her still rocking with me. So let's go ahead and get started. So we open back up with Ro and Latoria telling Elena about what Labrina has revealed that her husband Josh has revealed to. Basically, at this point, they're saying Will, but Labrina was there actually leading the conversation and asking all the questions. They asked Elena, did you know that Will and Josh had a relationship? She said no. To her knowledge, they weren't cool. They never spoke. They would never. It was never none of that. So she's surprised that this conversations were happening because she did not know they were friends. And I believe Elena. I do. I 100%. But based on how that scene played out, I 100% believe that this was him reaching out to be spiteful. Absolutely believe that. So she said that I can't talk about things legally. And, she said, well, he's talking and he's on camera. And she said, no, he wouldn't have did this on camera. They wouldn't have given him the opportunity. She goes, no, they talked on camera. It was 100% film. And they said exactly what was said. They said that he was the person who built the company and everything. And she said that is a lie. He did not do that. In all the areas of my business, I run it. I'm the one that's bringing in the money. And I said, that's interesting. So let's say because I'm 50-50 with believing that Elena brought in all the money. I know she has no reason to lie to us. This is her household. But let's just say I 100% believe that. You know how angry I would be if I brought in all the money and then you decide to go invest the shit and then lose it all? Like, y'all, I thought in my mind that he invested both their money. So his income from whatever he was bringing in and her income, and he just fumbled the whole savings. I thought that was happening. So imagine the story now being she brought in all the money and then he went and invested it all. Crazy. Now I get being married, all is one. I totally get when it comes to finances that everything goes into a pot and we're working together and all this. But damn, I'm working hard, and for you just to go and just to do all that, okay. And then she said that she also has never cheated on him. That is a complete lie, and I actually do believe that too. I actually believe Elena has not cheated. She don't give me that type of person. Now, once they left the household, whatever she decided to do after that, it's equal playing field because it doesn't look like she has no desire to get back with him. After the separation, she has no desire to work it out. She has no desire to be there anymore. She just wants to co-parent and go her separate way. So if that is the intent behind the separation, I don't care if she has a man now. Because I know a lot of people are like, well, they still technically married. I get all that. But at the same time, I only root for people who step out after separation if there's still hope that y'all can get back together. Like, for example, I'm gonna give you Kyle Richards and Mauricio from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I don't consider what they seen other people cheating, but I do think that there is a squander of hope that they would get back together and still be together. I don't see that for Josh and Elaine. I don't see that at all. So that's why I'm not really mad if she does have a boyfriend or is seeing someone after they left the household from each other. So, Mrs. Best, I have to ask you. So, how did you feel about Elena receiving this information and the audacity of Joshua? Like, how do you feel she was all part?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good.
Okay. I'm in Union City now. The service over here is whack. But listen, when it comes to people divorcing or couples, I never believe either party. I think that to an extent that Elena and Josh are both telling us the truth, but the fact that she's not even filming and then it went to I can't legally speak on this, but you can legally say other things. I don't fully believe her. I just don't. Especially when she started referring to herself multiple times throughout this episode as a good girl. If you have to say it, baby, you are not all the way good, and nothing's wrong with that. I think Josh probably did her dirty. So, regardless if she cheated or not, I don't. Because if he cheated on her first after she made babies and her talent made y'all a lot of money, it was in the background doing everything for her company. She's a makeup company. So won't have shit to do in the background if she's not out there putting on people's faces. So I do feel her with the audacity that he has, but at the same time, she spoke so much last season about her relationship not being the best, and I don't know. I feel like last season she low key lied to the audience and the girls about the state of her situation. So if you'll lie about that, I'm sure there's other stuff that you'll lie about. But I think people also got to realize, like, not just the audience watching the show, but obviously the cast members on the show, and they probably realize it to an extent, is they marriage is none of anybody's motherfucking business. Like, you gonna know what you gonna know, but at the end of the day, they're on a TV show. We're not gonna know the ins and outs and the inner workings of this relationship, especially when she was only here for a season prior, and she's been working remote like Rula was over on Housewives of Rhode Island. We ain't even seen this lady film. So I do feel like it's messed up that Labrina was talking about it. And I'm actually happy to see Ro and Latoria like go and say it. I respect them for that. Listen, Latoria, I give her hell because I do feel like she'd be messy to a certain extent and could stick up more and speak out more. But I'm starting to think maybe she don't be wanting to do too much because of her health, and it's made me like soften up just a smidge, and I mean a smidge, okay, a dropper's worth. But I don't know. These ladies, I do appreciate Ro and Latoria for actually bringing it to her, because that's what you're supposed to do if you're somebody's friend. We're not just going to be talking about you and your situation behind our back, because you could talk about it forever. That's how YouTubers have been doing. YouTubers can discuss it, but it's weird when you're in the group. So I don't know. Elena, if you're going to be on this show, like, I'm okay if she stays, but I want her to actually not talk about Josh, because I feel like he wants to be discussed so that he could come on camera and have a reason to talk to Will.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Absolutely. So Elena says that she's gonna contact Labrina and plans to meet up with her just to get her point and what's going on and why would she do this. And I said, good luck, Elena, because let me tell you, the way that conversation went, y'all, that's gonna be a doozy when I get there. So the next thing we have is we have a dinner date at Jordan's house with Chloe. Now, when Chloe gets there, she put in the code and it doesn't work. So he obviously changed the code. I said, red flag number one, because you didn't have the code all this time. Why is it all of a sudden changing? Unless that wasn't the right code and she didn't remember. But I highly doubt that. I think he changed it. So he opens the door and they walk in, and they are doing a not only a dinner date, but they're also going to be starting off a new brand with each other called 17 in between or some shit like that. And it's to honor the fact that they are 17 years apart in age. She was born in 1980 and he was born in 1997. And I said, okay, okay, okay. Damn near grown when he was born, but okay, okay. Anyway, y'all, that ain't why we here. So she's talking to Jordan about the ladies and how everybody is coming against her, and that she was really, surprised about, Latoria coming at her, especially because she's always been in Latoria's corner, even when the girls were going against her and stuff. She said that, she finds it hard. So Jordan let out the bad that he actually talked to Latoria, and he did find it fucked up of what Chloe did. And Chloe said, well, why would you be talking to Latoria? Why y'all always talking? What y'all got going on? And he goes, I just talked to her. She explained to me what happened. And it was fucked up of you to do that. Like, you pretty much told her, stop all that fucking crying and shit. Like, that's messed up. You know that she just lost her father. It's only been a year. It was just his birthday. And Chloe's like, well, I didn't know all that. And then when she had a seizure, I had sent her a text message. I want to know that I was there for her and stuff like that. And I'm just like, a text message? Let me explain something to y'all. I get that Chloe and Latoria are not me and Mrs. Best's level, but when Mrs. Best tells me something is like, she told me recently Mrs. Best was sick recently, I immediately called because I was like, I need to make sure you're okay. Same thing with me. I had a recent episode where I kind of was having a rough day, a rough moment. Immediately, we were on the phone with each other. Sending out a text message after knowing what happened does not subsequent support. You need, like, if you can't be there physically, I expect you to at least call to check on me if I considered you one of my closest or best friends. But that's, that's them, not me. Mrs. Best, how did you feel about, even Jordan, not seeing Chloe's point of view of her fallout with the group?
Chloe is a terrible person. I'm starting to think that this lady is a terrible person. And I'm not saying like just because someone's not out there like committing felonies and a menace to society, breaking the law and all of that, sleeping with people's, husbands, you can still be pretty shitty in other ways. The fact that your 28-year-old boyfriend, who by the way is the same age as my little brother, what the hell are you doing, Chloe? But the fact that your 28-year-old boyfriend that was born in the great year of 1997 can see that you're wrong. I think Chloe knows she's wrong. I just don't think she cares to fix it. Like I like that's what I started to realize, and that's why I know y'all might feel like I'm being harsh, but sometimes people do shit that's fucked up and they're not really like aware that what they did is fucked up. You have to give people the benefit of the doubt sometimes. But once they're aware, or once they see that they've caused someone that they're supposed to care about harm, even if what they did was messed up with something they agree with, they will still apologize because they don't want to hurt someone they care about. Chloe didn't give a flying fuck about any of that, and does not. She's really just concerned for herself. And I'm starting to think that maybe her boyfriend was able to point it out because that's probably part of the problem that he has with her as well.
Yep.
And the perfect example is that situation with his mama. He's like, listen, he didn't tell her you don't have to, be friends with my mom. He didn't say stop the relationship with my mom. He said stop telling her every little thing about their relationship together. And she made it about her and was crying and I don't have my mom and my husband died and this and that and I can't put my wig on right. Like, girl, it's not about you all the time. It's got to be about other people. So I'm happy that her boyfriend showed that he has some sense because she did have him on the show and he had himself on the show looking like a child, but I don't know, it definitely didn't help her definitely didn't help her play.
Not at all. What we say in the comments? I'm missing the comments, y'all. American Born is back. Thank you for being here. Josh has pissed me off. Whose makeup has he done? That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to come stronger than that. Like, you needed to get you a job and separated yourself then if that was the case. Like, seriously. Thank you, Keywan. You guys go ahead and click on Keywan's beautiful picture if you're live in the chat with us. Her information is also in my description box. If you're in my replay game, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Make sure you like the video on your way in or out. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and leave a comment. I definitely would love to read it. So moving on from there, y'all, from Chloe and Josh, good luck with the business venture, Chloe. We then have a scene coming up with, I almost said Minerva, Manira. So Manira and her husband, I always forget his fucking name. her husband, they have a talk because they both have been very, very busy. Y'all know he is. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Oh, she is. He is a
Norm
contractor.
is his name. Norm.
Norm. I was called him Greg. Norm. So he's been busy building some townhouses and getting that together because he's a contractor. And they haven't had much time for each other. And Manira wants him to, to actually agree to make time. And he goes, okay, well, we can just go ahead and put it on a calendar and let's do a date night. And she goes, no, I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be spontaneous. I want to be able to come home and you say, baby, let's go get us something going on, have the kids with a babysitter, and we do it like that. I want us to have a spontaneous time. Now I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. We have seen the storyline on reality TV for almost every show that I have recapped, every reality TV show I have seen where there's a married couple. This is always a constant storyline. It's a real life thing. I don't want people to think that I'm not being, considerate, because that is a real life thing to go through. But I'm kind of at a point where I'm just like, okay, I need something else. Because if I keep seeing this, that's going to get redundant. We get that there's going to be, sometimes in marriages where things get a little dry and that you got to
James,
revamp it.
I'm gonna stop you and just say what I know you're trying to say. Manira is using this damn man and her marriage as a storyline. She using everybody in her life as a storyline. Before it was her husband, it was her mama and her daddy getting back to talk to each other. Before it was that, it was just her talking to them. I feel like she's going to use her family for a storyline and not talk to us about what's really going on, because this man seems to love the crap out of her, work hard for her. They still having sex. It looked like she be trying to find stuff that's wrong, and then when he does notice something she says that most spouses that care would take as a control, he immediately tries to rectify it. Manira needs to be a friend of. She can go.
That's my best friend, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. She got me. I don't need to say nothing else. We're going to move on. Manira, do better. So, the next thing we have is Jordan and Latoria meet up to go get Chloe's engagement ring because it's now finally ready. And Chloe asked, not Chloe, oops. Latoria asked him, so how do you want to do it? He goes, well, I want something very small and intimate, just our immediate family. I don't want nothing too big. And, he said that he really wants, to make sure her kids are involved, especially Nico. And she asked, how's that going? And he said, well, it's still a work in progress. It's still there. And then they flash back to, I didn't remember this at all. And I have to now go back and rewatch this. They flashback of Chloe's son saying, the dude is only 4 years older than me. This is weird. And Chloe had said, well, I don't care. That's my man. Like, I'm not, with him for you. I'm with him for me and all this and that. I said, Chloe, wait a fucking minute. Now, I get she has to have her own life. I'm not saying that she has to completely honor her children in any decision she make. I would hope she would do that and maybe take it into some consideration, because she doesn't have to do that. But when I saw her say that to that young man, I said, wow. Like, I don't know if my mom would ever do that. Like, I don't know. Like, if I went to my mama, let's say, okay, if I went to my mama and said, and my mom was dating a guy who's only 4 years older than me, I would be like, Mom, what are you doing? Like, why are you pursuing this? Like, I would want to know as well. Like, I think I would question it. My mom would never tell me, that's my business. I'm going to do what I want to do. My mom wouldn't do that. My mom would be like, well, my mom would want to know why I would feel this way. Like, is there something he did? Is there something he said?
I
Is there
mean, to be
something?
fair, Chloe did not give a damn when her daughter said that they did not want her to marry Jordan. She did not care, so I'm not surprised. It's just showing that how she came on last season. She has a way. This lady is a martyr. She has a way of always making herself the victim in things, because she came on the show season 1 and made it seem like her first child was her everything and he's struggling and it was for other reasons. But then you look at her today and reflect, and it's kind of like, nah, you selfish. And I'm tired of people thinking that because they squeeze the baby up out their kitty cat, that the world does not get the right to judge and give an opinion on how they are. There's no way, and I don't have a kid, but there's no way in hell that my child could say, I have a problem with this. And my response to it is pretty much, well, oh, well, you ain't got to be in this shit. Get over it. Like that's just unrealistic, especially with dating when the goal to date is to marry. So Chloe is selfish. That like the same way she is with her friends, we see she that way with her kids now. So her friends should definitely lower their expectations. I'm not mad at Ro for not dealing with her. I'm really not. At first, I was looking at Ro like, I like you, Ro. You one of my favorites on the show. You really are. But I was looking at her posts and stuff, and I'm like, whoa, what is all of this about Chloe? But now that we're deeper in the season and have context, I'm like, I do not blame Ro. I'd cut your ass off too. Because if you do your kids like that, you don't care about this lady and her seizure. You don't seem to care about what your man wants as it relates to being with him. She just don't care about nobody but herself.
Yeah, it's just it's insane. It really is. It's insane that this is how she responds to things, especially dealing with her kids. Like my mom would never. And then as a man, even though I don't know Jordan's like mature mentality, I don't know it. But as a man, if the person I'm pursuing's children feel uneasy about me, I would take a pause on the relationship to, and if I really did love the person, I would want to make sure that I do whatever I could to have the kids know me better, understand my intentions. Like I would make sure that was 100% like guaranteed they were in my corner before I pursue the parent. Like to me, I feel like I have to question him as well. Because there's no way I would know that that was the feeling of any of the children. And then I still went and did. There's no way. So I don't know. I have to question him too because I just couldn't. I wouldn't feel comfortable marrying somebody, and I know this is how their kids feel about me. I just couldn't do it as a person. So we'll see how this turns out. The ring was absolutely beautiful. I will say, despite the red flags and the contention in the air and the troublesome about this situation, that ring was very beautiful. Good job, Jordan, because it was designed very, very well. I'm just saying that's stunning. It was a stunning ring. So from there, we're gonna I'm gonna get the comments really quick because I see Vibe came in. Hey Vibe, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Vibe said while everybody was arguing, Manira and Norm escaped for a romantic getaway. Smart move. Sometimes you have to leave the drama where you found it. Yeah, they were, it was cool. It was nice to see them, do that. But we'll get there in just a second. So the next thing we have is Elena. She meets up with Labrina. And, meeting up with Labrina, she immediately brought up the situation of Josh, coming over to their house and everything. And she, asked Labrina, like, why would you think that that would be okay? Like, why would you give him a, opportunity to come on the platform that I created to go ahead and feed you all that information? And Labrina's like, no, let's stop you right there. He came to Will. They have a friendship and a relationship. And he explained to Will some of the things that he had in your marriage and whatever. I did not purposely seek out this information and then wanting to spread it. And I said, Labrina, you are full of shit. That is not how the TV filmed you doing it. Now, could they have had a separate conversation away from Labrina, Will, and Josh? Sure. Absolutely. They could 100% have done that. But that's not where we are. What we saw on episode 1 was Josh coming over to their house, and it was Labrina who was asking him questions and giving him the opportunity to divulge the very information that got back to Elena. So for Labrina to sit there and try to revise history and act like this has not been filmed and that we're not going to see you on episode 1 doing this was absolutely crazy to me. And this is why I said Labrina is very, very messy. I did not like it. I did feel like Elena to some degree did have unrealistic expectations. Like I would expected you to call me. I would expected you to, as woman to woman, see my side as well. I kind of feel like Elena, the reason why that's so unrealistic is because clearly she chose a side. Because you're absolutely right. This is your platform that you created. If there's something that you created, if she brought him on the platform to spill that information, she doesn't want to see your side. She doesn't want to see what you have to say because she would have reached out to you too and make sure she got your version of the story that she already knew. So I kind of felt like you had an unrealistic expectation of her because clearly she just wants the mess and wants to be able to circulate. That's clearly what she did. So
Labrina must not have got her ass whooped right in growing up in school when she had fights and stuff. Because the way that she moved, the way that Labrina moves in real life, somebody would have been smacked her. Somebody would have been
yeah,
smacked me. Because you're not going to sit there and just bullshit somebody when you married yourself. And she loves to say, you know, I know me and Will have our own problems. Labrina, you're a messy bitch. And then for you to sit there, and I've been saying this since season one, since we met her, like people like her, she is a friend to nobody. She is the definition of misery loves company. I don't
hmm
think her and her husband are that good in their relationship because the only shit that they talk about is other people. And then when you go back to season one, it seemed like they got other like family problems as well. Like just because
hmm
Labrina and Will may have like good money and great wealth, it definitely gives mess because somebody so wealthy should not have the time to behave like she behaves. And then you broke girl code, Labrina. You like karma's gonna come to you in
yeah.
some way. I don't think she realizes that, but it pissed me off in the confessional. She had made a comment in relation to this situation with Elena, which irked me because she made it seem as though what she did was okay just because of the fact that the ladies messed with her with that situation with Latoria and Chloe and all of that drama. And I'm like, that doesn't connect. Elena hasn't been around. So
Well,
either way, no matter how Labrina tries to explain it, like it doesn't make you carrying the information or talking to her husband okay. It's like find another way to do stuff on the show because now nobody will trust you.
yeah, because
And
once
then
they
you're gonna
see this,
feel a way about it.
yeah, absolutely. Because once they see this, they're gonna be like, "You're not to be trusted." Because that's how I feel. I feel like you're not to be trusted because any way you feel that this man has a right to tell his version of a story when he could have done that when Elena gave him the platform to do that. If she had cheated in that time frame that he said, he could have exposed that too. So I just feel like to me, you entertaining this, I Elena has every right to feel how she feels about you. But Elena better than me because she was able to have some understanding. And Labrina did say that, in the moment now that she has the full scope, she's able to understand Elena's side as well. And she just, hopes the best for them. And I'm just like, wow, y'all need a reunion. This is why a reunion is necessary. This is why a reunion is necessary because I want to see how Elena feels now in today's time, knowing that Labrino completely steered the ship on getting that information and that detail out of Josh. I want to know how Elena feels today. I do. Elena, if you watch me, hey, how you doing? I need to know how you feel. I do. Because there's no way now that you saw the episode, you feel the same way you do sitting at that table with Labrina. There's no way you feel the same of, okay, we can definitely get on a better foot. There's no way. There's no coming back from this for me. She would have been able to go to hell at this point. Labrina is dangerous as fuck, and what's going on between her and her man. I'm trying to say that was dangerous. Like you playing with fire. Like you really are. Like that's crazy. So we're gonna move on, y'all. So the next scene we have is Manira and Norm. He takes her on this nice little excursion to the townhouse or whatever this was, Airbnb that he got, and it's decorated with all the memorabilia of them when they were younger, current. They had the pictures of the babies. He had a nice dinner for her and she is just ecstatic and over the moon. It was very nice, very put together, real good for TV. I kind of understand what my best friend is saying now. It was, something that he probably would have done with or without cameras. We're happy that it happened. Good for y'all. Mrs. Best, is there anything you want to say about Manira and Norm seeing this beautiful escapade that they were on?
I'm gonna just leave it positive. I think they're a beautiful couple. I think there's a lot of love there, and I hope that the love continues with them. But I think Manera should be a friend of. I'm gonna keep saying it.
Fair enough, fair enough. So the next thing we have is Labrina. Her and her husband Will are outside on their property, and they're talking. She told him that she met with Elena, and Elena completely dispelled anything of what Josh said at the house. She said that she did not cheat. She, was the person that was 100% behind her business, and nothing of what Josh said was true. we were looking like, well, I had another conversation with Josh privately, and he told me some things, and he showed me some things, and Labrina said, "Really?" Like he had receipts of her cheating, and he goes, "Yeah, she cheated within the last year of them being together." He showed me the proof. I saw some things.
Again, that is after he cheated multiple times for years in a relationship.
I
So he was doing a lot. He liked to talk about, Josh liked to talk about, oh, I was doing a lot in the background. Yeah, you was doing a lot in the background, sir. Both with the business and with other hoes. And now we're supposed to care that in the last year of your marriage, where y'all were not even sleeping in the same room, let alone
right.
the same bed, that she cheated? Boo hoo, bitch. Get over it. I never understand that with men. Like a man to cheat and cheat and fucking cheat. He get cheated on back one time, and now he want to go cry like a little bitch to everybody that'll listen on national television. That's why your hairline is the way it is, Josh. That's exactly why your hairline is the way it is.
I'm just like, even if he showed you, like, why are y'all so invested on trying to make a bad guy out of this marriage? Neither one of them are going to win in this situation.
Because their marriage is fucked up, and I feel like in their mind, maybe if they air out everybody else's stuff, but then by the time they stuff get aired out, maybe they feel like it's not going to be as bad. Like Labrina and her husband is messy.
It's so bad. It just, y'all, I can't, like, I can't rally behind them doing this. Like, I just really can't. I don't understand. Yes, I get this is a reality TV show, and yes, we have to have some mess along the line somewhere. But I do feel like this is crossing so many leaps and bounds. Like, y'all are bringing up shit. Like, Elena has not been here this entire damn season, and now y'all are bringing in mess with her and her husband over shit that they need to work out, and y'all are not doing them any favors. Y'all are not doing them any favors. And then for y'all to bring out that y'all saw the receipt, but yet can say what the receipt was, what's the point of bringing it up? Y'all already done led y'all way into hell. Why not just go to full fledged and expose everything now? Y'all already done went there. Crazy. It's crazy as hell. Y'all might as well just go ahead and say what it is. Because whatever it is, I'm not gonna care. He did his dirt. She did the dirt. They're even. Like Mrs. Best said, what we saw of them on TV, if that was the last year of their marriage, they weren't sleeping in the same room. They barely were speaking to each other. She had a lot of resentment towards him over the financial disarray that they had in their marriage, which pretty much overshadowed anything of nicety that he could have given her. So yeah, I don't care. Like y'all are really hell bent on exposing these people's personal business on this national TV show. It is crazy to me. So I'm gonna move on from that. The next thing we have is another therapy session with Ro, Latoria, and Chloe. And you know, I think in this moment they're trying to figure out where the fracture happened, on top of holding Chloe accountable for the ruckus that she has caused, mainly with Ro and Latoria. And what it comes down to, basically, because I'm not going to go over this whole scene because it was really redundant and stupid. We've been saying this about Chloe until we were blue in the face, and pretty much I can't turn purple. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. They feel like Chloe is a selfish friend, and that they make everything about pretty much everything we've been saying. They give the examples. Latoria's example was, when it came to, her crying because it was her father's birthday and everything. And when Chloe said, stop all that fucking crying and stuff. And, that same day, Latoria had a seizure. When Latoria said it was Ashley, Labrina, and Ro that were there when she had her seizure, Chloe in the middle of that says, oh, you were with them. You were with, that's who you were with. Totally just diminishing Latoria's message. So not only are you selfish, but then you're demeaning, and then you make everything about circumstantial versus what actually happened. And it pisses Ro off to a point where Ro had to walk out because she was all like, there you go, making things about you. Like, it is absolutely crazy. And that's why I'm saying, like, she's showing y'all who she is. She's showing each and every one of y'all who she is, what she does, and what she's about. If it ain't revolving around Chloe, she don't want no parts of it. And the moment that the spear jumps out of the retrograde, she's going to make everybody pay for it and make everybody's life hell. Anybody that's around her. That's just what she is. We see her do it with her children. We see her do it with Jordan. We see her do it with y'all. That's just who she is.
The therapist couldn't even get her to see. I was looking at that therapist's face like she was truly perplexed, trying to get this woman to understand that, yes, you have feelings too, but we have to acknowledge theirs first because your feelings are related to their response to your bad behavior. Like, and she just could not. I felt for that therapist, and that's exactly why the fuck I changed my major, because I ain't got time to be trying to get people to recognize certain things about themselves that they just don't want to see. And she kept using ADHD and adult ADD as her excuse, but that has more to do with focus,
Right.
not with how you treat your friends. So
Yeah.
Chloe is just one of those people who I think has probably always gotten by in life, maybe with a little bit of pretty privilege, and she's not used to having to be accountable. That's what it's
Yeah.
giving.
It's given very much Giselle Bryant. Yeah. It absolutely is given that.
Exactly. That's the
Ex-
best comparison.
yes. And if y'all know my
Except
background with,
Giselle has sense, can read a room, and is more likable than Chloe. And I hate to, and y'all know I can't stand Giselle, but even she wouldn't do some of this mess.
no, she wouldn't. But it's just like, but it's really given that, you don't have to be held accountable because somebody's going to think you're pretty and look past the evil and bad behavior. That's what Bravo does for Giselle a lot of the time. Because she is pretty and looks like Vanessa Williams, they tend to ignore the problematic shit that she does that she should have been fired for multiple times. The thing with Chloe is that they're calling it out, and the reason why she doesn't want someone to tell her that she's wrong. She doesn't want people to hold her accountable, and that's hard because either your parents didn't hold you accountable when you fucked up, or your husband didn't hold you accountable when you fucked up. But the thing about it is, life is not going to always just skate around you. It's just not going to do that. You have to take accountability at some point or another. And the fact that you don't want to, and the fact that you have two friends, one that had to walk away from you because she couldn't get through to you, and you didn't even think enough of her to say, well, damn, what could I have possibly have done? And then reflect on it and then say, damn, I owe her an apology because I care about her and I love her so much. And I did not know. Because a lot of times there's things that we don't know that we do. It's called human habit. So she may not be aware.
Exactly. But she's viewing it. She just don't. I think it's also ego, because that's a good point you
Yes.
make. Like, people are going to make mistakes. There's been times throughout our friendship, I've done something maybe you not have liked, and vice versa. But once it's talked about, it's moved on quickly. Because sometimes people just don't know, and people are not always super intentional, and that's okay. But
Yes.
Chloe is taking it as like almost like defeat, like as if we watching House of the Dragons or something, and she is
Right.
like, and it makes zero sense. But I was disgusted. Listen, y'all know I am not the biggest Latoria fan, though I do not dislike her. I'm just not the biggest fan of her on the show. Um, but if anybody says that they had a seizure, a health problem that required them to go to the hospital, you check on them. If anybody is grieving and they are in tears, you don't tell them to stop all that crying. Like, you don't do that. Even if someone is not grieving and is just in tears, figure out why they're in tears instead of just telling them to stop. Like, there's a lack of empathy that Chloe displays. Um, and I can't help it, y'all, because I'm a psych major. It's giving sociopath. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, because she's doing shit to other people and then crying about it and expecting us to feel sorry for herself.
Yeah.
Like,
No, yeah, I
we
can't
don't
say because
care.
I don't have the criteria to diagnose. So I can't say it, but I'm just, yeah. And so I don't know about her. I just don't know. So Latoria goes and gets Ro, and Ro's sitting down, and Ro's like, I don't understand how she doesn't see this. I don't understand. Like, she is older than all of us. Like, I don't understand why she's not being an adult and saying that I'm wrong and all this. And I'm gonna tell you, Ro, it's because she doesn't think she's wrong. She doesn't think that what she's doing to y'all is something harmful to y'all.
I think Ro knows that, and I think that's why she walked out of there. Cause Ro, I think I saw somewhere online she says she's a Libra. Libras do have really, really good discernment. And one
Mm-hmm.
thing that they will do, if they see that it's not worth the fight, if they sense the bullshit or know that you don't care, they're not going to entertain it.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's I guess I see some similarities that you say me and Ro have. I guess I do
Mm-hmm.
start to see them because that's exactly what the fuck I would have done. It's either I walk away from you or I'm gonna smack the shit out of you.
Yeah, yeah, but
Which
yeah, I
one
know
you
that.
won't?
Yeah, I know you very well. That's exactly what's gonna happen. But I just feel like to me, I don't, and I'm not saying Chloe's not a likable person because she's very likable. I think she's a very sweet lady. But I do think that the core of her issues is that she's all about herself, and it's amazing to me that she has children and was once married and had this mentality. Yep, she said, yep. Rose said, yep, she a Libra. Thank you for confirming. We appreciate you. But
Oh
I just,
Lord, you never know who watching. Let
yeah,
me
you
watch
know.
my motherfucking mouth.
I,
The
but
way
no,
she spooked me like Casper the Ghost, I did not. You never know.
but I looked at the therapy session and I'm just like, y'all have, yes, not a retired crash.
Me too, bro. I'm a Gemini. Me too.
Y'all are funny. But no, I just looked at the therapy session and I was just like, Chloe, like, come on. Like, that is a very like interesting. Like, she needs to be studied. She needs to be studied. Like, seriously, that lady needs to be studied. Like, I can't. What y'all say? Chloe's like Katie from 90 Day with that BS blaming on ADHD. She has 80. I thought ADD was what she had.
She don't know. At this point, she got all sorts of stuff. Okay, she got Lou Gehrig's disease. She got a thyroid disorder. She got a lot. Who knows?
And all that is the excuse of why she shows up the way that she does.
Wait, I do not drag Ro. Have I dragged Ro? I don't be meaning to drag people. My mouth is lethal, y'all. I just be talking.
She, y'all, she really don't like y'all. She really do not be knowing when she be dragging people. I have to be telling her, girl,
I know I do it at work too. They be talking to me,
girl. When I tell
Amina, you
you,
cannot talk to clients like that.
because no, because listen, she argued me tooth and nail that she didn't drag Jazzy from Real Housewives of Potomac,
I did
and
not.
girl, your husband confirmed that you did. So I
He
don't
don't know what he
know.
talking about half the time. Okay. He don't watch these shows.
He
Get
found
it.
the video. He found the video and showed your ass.
You
Like,
know
come on
what?
now.
It's not about him.
Watch her married at first time video yesterday. She dragged.
Oh my gosh. I'm working on it, y'all. I'm
No,
gonna get
that's
some
why we do
therapy.
this. Yes, because you be validated in the reason you need to drag people. You do. You be validated in that. I will validate it because sometimes it needs to happen. It's very necessary.
You're
And in
supposed to
this
correct me,
case,
James. Help me be
no,
better.
hell no. If it's listen, if it's warranted and it needs to happen, I ain't saying shit because it has to happen. Listen,
But since
I'm
Ro is here, I would like to politely ask of this kind, strong black woman, tell them people we need a reunion.
yeah, bro. I don't know what point you came in,
They
but
need
I
a
said
reunion
you
and
y'all need a
more
reunion.
promo.
Y'all need a reunion. I don't care if y'all have to Skype the shit and record it. Y'all
James.
need a reunion because there's so much unanswered that I feel like now in real time when we watching this shit, y'all need to confront each other on some shit. Like y'all do. Like I'm sorry, y'all need a reunion. I don't know who I need to. I don't know who I need to talk to, and I don't care if I have to host the shit myself. I need y'all to get a reunion.
Please.
I
Please.
said it on not fucking with.
But they want to give Love and Marriage Huntsville no shade. And the BS that has been, the dead show that is, that show done come back just as the Lord did on Easter. And it should have stayed dead. Jesus coming back was good for the people. Love and Marriage coming back. Love and
Right.
Marriage Huntsville coming back stresses me out. They put all their energy into the wrong shows, and I feel like the good shows on OWN, they tend
Damn.
to ignore. But Heart and Hustle is giving us like entertainment and drama without like stuff going dark as it does on a lot of other shows. So at least they're giving us entertainment. I guess we'll take what we can get. Jesse Collins said no too. Damn.
I just don't understand. Like,
Maybe they don't want to pay them
I
for the
mean,
reunion. Maybe it's a cost thing.
it could be because you do have to rent out a studio. You do got to rent out, equipment again and all this kind of stuff. So that's a crazy that the network don't back y'all, and then y'all production company is on that same foot too. That is crazy as hell, y'all. They doing y'all wrong. Like they're doing y'all so wrong because there's so much y'all need to address with each other that I feel like if y'all fester into next season with, that's not going to make sense to people. Like it just really isn't. That's why the reunions are necessary. So, damn,
Hmm.
Lord Jesus. Well, thank
We'll
you for
still be
confirming.
watching.
We'll still watch. Like I'm still gonna recap it because I love all of y'all. I really do, and I just think that this show is great. I really do, and I think that hopefully, in some point in time, whoever is behind production and whoever is this watches us and say, no, this is a very much necessary thing, and y'all need to fight the network to sponsor y'all
They
into doing
do.
this. Y'all just need to do that. I'm
Or show
sorry.
more of the ladies working. Like I didn't know until I started following Ro on Instagram that she was doing FIFA and is always doing stuff with business. Like I think sometimes networks focus too much on the drama and you call it Heart and Hustle Houston. So I'm assuming it's the heart and hustle of black women in Houston. I would love to see them hustling in true form. I feel like we haven't seen Manira do much for Merck. We haven't seen them show much of Ro's work. But then I know that these women are working because we see it on their
Yeah,
social
on social
media. They're
media,
always
yeah.
busy. Like they're here for a
hmm
reason. Like give us
I think
more of them working,
I think the
especially
only
Labrina.
people like they've shown like the worth ethic like of what they seriously do is Elena, Latoria, and maybe Chloe. I think that those three we have seen at least for season one for sure. Season two, I think I've only seen so much more of Elena and maybe Labrina because she had that event. But I don't know if that was a business or just a personal thing that she likes to do. But yeah, they kind of,
Mm.
they have to work out some of these kinks. They do. They need to work out some of these kinks because yeah, reunion is definitely necessary.
Or a cash
And
trip. I take a cash
yeah,
trip. If I can't get a reunion, send them somewhere. Send them to Jamaica or something. I don't know.
well, it took Love and Marriage Huntsville on own to, go what 10 seasons before Melody got them to go overseas at some point. So yeah.
Mm. You do not look jobless.
You
Wait.
do not look jobless. Stop. Like, no, you do
No,
not. No,
that's what
you
we're
do
bad
not.
at because we know you doing stuff.
Yes.
We know you doing stuff and bossing it out and popping your collar, but
Right.
they just not showing it.
They're not
But this is
showing it
what
in a way
OWN
that would
does.
be it would be beneficial to you. Like coming on a reality TV show is supposed to really set you up to get you the clout that is necessary to keep that business fluctuating and going. And I feel like when they start focusing on the drama, like Love and Marriage Huntsville is a great example. We forgot the whole point of that show. The whole point of that show was the comeback group and building in affordable housing for people, and how slowly that turned with cheating allegations, marriage problems, and I could, stand down more than I could stand up more than she could sit down. Like that's all that show's been lately. So,
Don't let's let that quote die.
I ain't never let that shit go. I can't believe that man said that. I just can't. I still can't get past that shit, y'all. Like I'm telling you, that lady face still live rent free in my head. It do.
I can't do Love and Marriage Huntsville because I'll be offending your subscribers. One of them sent me a long ass personal message on Instagram, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is not my ministry. Nope."
Yeah, but that was hard to hustle, Houston. Next week look like it's about to be a doozy. I cannot wait. I want to see what happens.
Are they changing days or times? Because I don't know if it's. I have YouTube TV, and they were like, "Heart and Hustle Houston at a new time and day." I'm like, wait, are they
I
changing?
hope not.
Okay.
I did not get that message. Oh, hopefully they're not doing that because that makes me nervous. Y'all. I'm squandering for time to do this as it is. So hopefully they're not changing anything.
You're
This works
doing
best
good,
for me.
James.
They
You're
were,
doing
yeah.
good.
But that was it, y'all. Shout out to Ro for being here with us this week. Yeah, I got to get you here one day live on this channel. Um, hopefully you're open to that. But yes, thank you for being here. Thank you to everybody in the chat for being here. Thank you to all the people watching that may not have comments. Make sure you like the video, subscribe on your way out. Okay. How many more episodes do y'all have in this season? Is it next week the season finale, or is there still more episodes to come?
They changing their time because of Bell Collective. They should have had Bell Collective slot the season they gave us. Boring as hell.
Right. Absolutely. Or it's probably just that one day. Now that she said, now that I'm reading it a second time, it's probably just that one day that is changing the time. Probably because this is going to be their reunion, and their reunion is probably going to be okay. So y'all have 2 more episodes. Okay, so yeah, it's because of their reunion. That's what it is. Because it's a 2-part reunion. Carlos is probably going to go over time, so that's probably why the time is changing. Because that's what happened with Love and Marriage Huntsville. He went over the hour slot. So, oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Well, we're here for 2 more episodes, y'all. I'm excited. Thank you for confirming that, Ro. We appreciate you once again. This was Hard Hustle Houston. Y'all, once again, great episode. These ladies are bringing it. I don't think they get the notoriety and the appreciation that is well deserved. So I'm going to do it on behalf of everybody. Ladies, we appreciate all of you. Good, bad, messy, or indifferent. We appreciate it, because we love shows like this. Thank you, Ro, once again for being here. And I will see you guys on my next live, which will be tomorrow. Real Housewives of Atlanta. I love all of you, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.